Lately, I've been thinking about illusions and power and value and feedback and comments, and how when I've shown someone something I've done, how their reaction can totally decide my value. Let me explain what I mean here. If I've done something that I feel is a great job, or if I've accomplished something, I've noticed that certain people in my life have the power, or I've given them the power, to make me feel valuable or valueless based on their reaction to what I have done. You know what I'm talking about, right? Let's say you've invented something and you show it to someone that you care about, and you show it to them because you trust them. You know that they're not going to trash you immediately, but their reaction to what you've done is just, oh, okay. Sort of like if you've seen Despicable Me, whenever he shows his mom this incredibly complex rocket that he's built, year after year, her response is, That's her response. It's the response, like, oh, all right, whatever. It's easy, very easy, to feel like a winner when you're being told that you're so great. But it is much harder to feel that way when you're running the race and no one is cheering you on and no one is watching. It's much harder. But once you realize that it's up to you to approve of yourself, you'll be free of this thinking that you need to be approved by others to be valuable. Whether you are approved by others or not, that doesn't change how valuable you are. It doesn't. Because you know your value. You are valuable. And the reason I say this is because I find that when I'm writing, sometimes I feel like I need people to read what I'm writing to keep me going, to encourage me to continue, when that was never an issue as a child. Is it because we're conditioned to rely on what other people think? Is it because we are conditioned to only value ourselves when others deem us valuable, when that isn't the truth at all? But then I thought, you know what, Rosalie? What you are being taught right now is complete and total reliance and belief in yourself, from yourself and no one else. And when you have that, no one can bring you down. No one. No one can tear you down. Critics can go to hell because they can't touch you when your approval doesn't come from them. That's why some people are so easily shaken and so easily torn, because their approval comes from others. Their value, that's the most important thing. Their value comes from what others think of them. But they're valuable themselves, in themselves. And I say this also after watching this animation, this clay animation called Mark Twain's The Mysterious Stranger. And you may have seen it, and you may not have seen it. Whether you have seen it or not, I feel like it's something very good, very important to watch. It's a viewpoint that I have tried to take myself, being human, looking down on our planet. Looking, looking at what goes on and why it happens and the weird things we do as people. So I'm going to add a link to the bottom where you can watch it and let me know what you think. And also let me know about certain times in your life where you have felt that you've allowed your approval or your value come from someone or something else. It's where materialism comes from. They find value in a certain material item, and when they buy it, it makes them feel valuable. I'm not saying don't buy things that bring you joy or bring you pleasure. That's not what I'm saying. But if that's your only source of esteem and of value, you're going to be in trouble. So go ahead and watch that movie. Watch that little animation when you have time, and let me know what you think of it. Because I have a lot of thoughts when it comes to that film, that little mini film, and I'm going to talk about them in the next video. All right, guys, see ya.